Voila.
Shalom, shalom, Yasharala. Hebrew Israelites, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Once again, prophesying the downfall of Babylon the Great. First things first, head to the east. All praise the Lord to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Dr. Dash. Federal Hebrew tongues, correct names of the Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. And shalom to you, brothers, that is truth. And shalom to the brothers and sisters listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Shalom. And we come here to talk to you today, and the forecast is war. You know, that's the whole atmosphere, the whole temperature, everything. So far, you know, Putin is making his move. He's gathering back what's his. China set back in the cut. They waiting for him to make his move, see how successful it is. If the U.S. and NATO don't jump in, they're going to go for Taiwan, you know? So all these superpowers are now gathering back what's theirs. Like everybody's thumbing their nose at Babylon the Great, aka America. America's at this weakest point right now. So right now, as everybody's watching that, right now that's a rumor of a war. World War III ain't hit off yet, but we're in the beginning of that, you know? So what we heard for the proxy was, hey, temperature coming, you got to get ready for it. So I'm going to come with, this is Joel 3:2. I will also gather all nations, and I will bring them down into the valley, the Jehoshaphat, and I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So that's why this thing is going on. That's why we're getting ready for World War III, because Yahweh Shah has gathered back his people, man. He making a petition, he want his people back. So he gathering all the heathen nations up. They're all gathering up. They're gonna go to the Valley of Jehoshaphat, which is in Israel. You know, they gonna all bang against each other. But hey, in the midst of World War III, who's gonna show up? Yahweh Shah gonna show up. You know, then they're gonna try to war with the Lord of Lords, King of Kings, and it ain't gonna be good for them. That's when they're gonna snatch all their crowns up and put his crowns on his people. So hey, and when that kick off, you're gonna have war going on over here. You're gonna have nation versus nation. The race war is gonna kick off. You know, especially when inflation kick up. Not only that, like inflation, gas prices spike up. Hey, everybody gonna panic. We in bug out season, and in the midst of this, you got the race war is gonna kick off. You know, everybody that's like the women that's been living all lavishly in pleasure. These 2/3 Jakes think everything gonna go back to normal. You know, everything is okay. That's why they're easing up on the little restrictions. And it's gonna hit them all of a sudden. And then right now, Babylon the Great is talking what? They talking peace and safety. Like, man, and don't worry about it. Putin losing the war. We're gonna go back to normal, you know, turn on some NBA, and it's all good, you know. And it's gonna hit them like a bad bricks, man. We looking at they forecast, we looking at $5 to $7 of gas worth a gallon. You know, that's gonna cause you to panic right there. You know, the famine is setting in, the shelves is getting shorter, so we going into some heavy times, Joshua. Like these people about to bug out, and then like it's gonna be war. It's gonna be little food wars, little proxy wars, wars on a little bit of food that's left. You know, so hey, really, it's time to prep yourself and get ready for what's to come. Because if you caught up in this, you know, we ain't gonna be in peace and safety. Everything gonna go back to normal, and it ain't gonna look good for you.
This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. It said, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Hear that?
God.
It said like a woman that travailed with a child. Yeah. And I said these dudes gonna look like they about to give birth, man. They're gonna be in straight pain, anguish, because it's gonna be such a disappointment. because they was promised that everything was gonna go back to normal. You know.
And you notice how it says act available upon a woman with child. Like when the doctor gives that woman that due date when that child is gonna come, it's not necessarily saying that that child is gonna come. Sometimes it comes 2 weeks early. You know, and it says act avail upon a woman with child, it's gonna come unexpected. Okay, and you shall not escape. Okay, so when it comes, it's gonna catch you off guard that you're not gonna even be able to run.
What? I know what I'm going to say. Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 5, verse 7. Make no tarriance, return to the Lord. How about you not shot and putting on off from day to day? For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. You know, you're getting built up in this truth. You don't understand what the true will of the Heavenly Father and Son is. All right? And you don't have that hedge of protection when these times to come, you know, then you ain't gonna have whatever your carnal security is, it's not going to hold up unless you have your how about you outside, all right, as your protection.
You notice how you say in thy security. That goes back to what the Aki brought out, man, that peace and safety. You think you have security when we tell you you really don't. Okay, the Lord, the rumors of war is on its way. Okay, and you know what the scriptures also said that come down and sit in the dust, O daughters of Babylon. Okay, because you know Babylon, it said, "Oh, virgin daughter of Babylon." You know, Babylon is considered America, aka Babylon the Great. A lot of people thinking that America is gonna be safe. A lot of people think Americans ain't gonna be touched. But we telling you, it's not. It's according to the prophecies of the Bible.
Well, I got Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And look, that never made sense till now. Now it makes sense all day long, man. You seeing the beginnings of World War III now. The nations are gathering. You know, it's at the point now, you know, a lot of people, these women starting to see it like you can't dispute the scriptures no more. You know, we already had a First World War, World War II. Now 3 is kicking off, man. Putin already, he done started it off, you know, with the Ukraine invasion. So you can't say it ain't happening, man. So now Babylon is running their propaganda machine, trying to, you know, go as business as usual, you know, and China in the cut, setting back, you know, they waiting to make their move. And that all goes to Revelation chapter 6, because that's that red horse. And that red horse's job is to take peace from the earth, which is war. And then the third woe, hey, Babylon the Great will not make it through this, man. The third woe is being made to destroy Babylon the Great, which is America. That's the whole reason it's happening. Because this place has spread wickedness everywhere, you know, with their Babylon Jews, with their philosophy. They destroyed the whole entire world, man. They're trying to spread the Momo campaign. Straight wickedness, man, because really Esau is in total rebellion against Yahweh Shah, you know, and the Most High is mad at those that destroy the earth. So this war is getting kicked up so he can take away the people that's in current rulership. Esau know it. Like Agnes did a lesson. Hey, what she say? The tide is turning. You know, she's all like, I can't breathe, but you can't swallow. Hey, that's your privilege coming for you. And I can see it in my plantation, man. Like, hey, we had some Edomites quit. You know, I think they quit. They ain't been there in a couple weeks. You know, so hey, he feeling it, man. He know they play. He knows they're done. You know, so this they last call for alcohol, man. And you know, that's a good thing for us. That's why, like the Ox said earlier, you need to be in this truth to get that hedge of protection. Because this thing, hey, Jacob's trouble. That's what's gonna kick off Jacob's trouble. It's gonna be World War III. When it kick off, man, it's gonna be like Chase Road. You know, people gonna be running the streets. You gonna have troops running around, UN troops. You know, you gonna see people having gunfights in your front yard. That's what you're gonna see. And if you ain't that protection, man, they ain't gonna be looking good for you, man. So it's gonna kick your dough in. You know, have their way with you, ravage your family. So that's why, like, we don't just come out here and do this for our. Well, we do it for our health, but we don't come out and just do this for no reason. You know, we're here to warn you. We're here to let you know how bad it's going to get. And then we're here to let you know what you need to do in order to get yourself an opportunity to be saved.
Because it's all written, man. It's all prophecy, man. Whatever was written before time was written for our learning. I got a quick one. This is 2nd Ezra 15. I'm going to start at 1 and read down to 7. It says, behold, speak thou in thy ears the words of Salak. It says, speak thou in thy ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. And that's pretty much what we're doing, man. We're speaking into the people the words of prophecy, thus saith the Lord. It says, and cause them to be written in paper, for thou art faithful and true. And everything that's written in this book is faithful and true, man. The Lord said it's going to happen, man. So these rumors of wars and those and war and famine and pestilence and chaos and all hell breaking loose, that's written, man. It's going to happen. The Lord is not a liar, man. He's not one that should repent. This is verse 3. It says, fear none of the imaginations against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speaks against thee. For all that unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Just like what the brother was saying, man, that all this wickedness going on in the earth, man, it got to come to an end at some point in time, man. It's written in the scriptures when it's going to happen. If you feel a pulse in the vibration of the planet Earth, you can tell we right around the corner. This is the last verse. It says, therefore saith the Lord. And that's the Lord's word, man. We're speaking the Lord's words, and that's going to happen, man. I got one couple of Matthew, back that up. Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. It says, for then shall there be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days shall be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So, it's like Yahushua saying right there, hey, the times we come into, the beginning of sorrows, a time like never was since the beginning of earth. All right, and unless it's for the elect's sake, then there would no flesh be saved. All right, that's how bad these times are going to be. And Ezekiel chapter 7, I'll start at verse 5. Says, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh power, an evil and only evil behold is come, an end is come, the end is come, and watch it for thee, behold it is come. The same chapter, verse 25 says, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. That's why the Lord said, put on therefore as the elect, man. Because you got put on therefore as the elect. Hey, you got nothing to worry about. You're doing everything in your power to please the Lord. So whenever all this chaos and calamity comes, hey, you should be able to sidestep. You're putting on as the world, you're gonna be dressed through with the world.
I got a precept, man. Like, this is where you should be at. I'm glad the brother brought that out. Because, hey, destruction is coming to this place. And if you ain't in the right mind, right spirit, if you ain't in the good standing of Yahweh, hey, you're going to be destroyed. There's no ifs and buts about that. So this is Psalms 91:9. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. So, hey, that's in Psalm chapter 91, man. That's all about protection. So that's why we do this, man, because we know the smoke that Yahweh is bringing. We know the ruckus he's bringing, the wrath he's bringing. So with that, hey, we've been prudent. We hiding ourselves in the secret place of the Most High, man, the house of David. We making sure we fit Psalms 91. That way, like the scripture said, won't no destruction befall our habitation, our dwelling, And then that's just for us. This for our loved ones, for the family that's around us, you got to pray for their protection as well. So we don't just do like Elder Kazak did a lesson on that. We don't just do this for us. We do this for our seeds as well. The Most High said, hey, if I give you protection, I'll protect your seeds as well. Lord willing, that's in the the script.
He did that for Abraham. He said, the blessing will be upon you and your seed from generation to generation. I'm trying to get that as well. Okay. And I got two questions right here, man. One of y'all can break it down, but this is but what the Octave was going into is us getting that hedge of protection. We got to listen and we got to take heed to the words of Yahweh and that's wisdom. All right, and I believe the Octave just mentioned it earlier, where he said this is Jeremiah 28:8. He said the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Okay, so then the war of evil and pestilence. This is what's going on in the scriptures. Okay, and there's another one in Ecclesiastes where it says, generation is past and another generation coming forth. So right now we're talking about the generation of Esau is getting ready to come, and Jacob is getting ready to follow. Okay, and I got another quick one. This is Revelation chapter 6 and verse 8. And he says, and I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth.
You go back to like Job 9:24. You know, the earth is given to the hand of wicked. All right, you're highly in control of, you know, the rulership, who rules on this earth. You know, we're in the same time we in. It's a wicked time, but you know, hey, that time have an end, and you know, we about to witness his devil coming out that great wrath. You know, referring to Revelation 12 verse 12. You know, because he know he have but a short time. Well, I got one real quick. Revelation chapter 19 verse 10, and I fell at his feet. It's John, you know, talking to the angel, and I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not, I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua, worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy, and that's the right spirit to be in. All right, the spirit of prophecy. You know, you got these wayward doctors, bugged out, you know, churchgoers or whatever, and they in you know, some off spirit. You know, we in the spirit of prophecy and bringing it out. All right, because that is the times we're in. You know, the end is come. All right, and in order to prepare, you know, mentally and build up spiritually, you have to know what is coming around the corner to be ready for it. You know.
So I got a quick one right here for you, because since you brought that out. This is Romans chapter 82. It said, for the law of the spirit of life and Hamashiach Yahushua has made me free from the law of sin and death.
That's what we're trying to escape right now, man. Yahushua trying to escape death. And right now, like we read earlier, that pale horse is about to go out to come death, man. And it's going to start at the house of Israel. You know, Yahushua mad at his people, man. They've out here been a bunch of degenerates, you know, Tianas, you know, the Pookie and Ray Ray Thug and gangsters, man. They degenerate, man. The Most High is about to do a cleansing process. And the cleansing, the best way he can do it is judgment. You know, he about to reset this place. And he about to set it right. And to do it, he got to do it in, you know, a way that most people can't imagine, especially some old plantation Christian. They can't imagine, no, my God. You know, they say that a whole lot. You know, my God don't kill people. Here to tell you, hey, the man of the Lord is a man of war, man. He coming for blood. You know, we got to recompense. You know, blood was shed in this place. Blood got to be shed to cleanse this place.
That's the thing, you know, you try to tell one of these Christians, you know, the Lord, he kill and make alive. And they think God is all love, but then they start getting mad. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, you get mad. You know, you think the Lord ain't getting mad?
Kind of like Jeremiah posted up in that thing in the group chat. That one camp dealing with that old drug head dude. He got mad, pushed the brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he talking about, my uncle's a Roman Catholic. My uncle's a cardinal.
Brother,
so
Bishop Turner Hunter, the brother
yeah, his camp, yeah. Dude pushed him down. And he trying to defend Christianity. He ain't like it because he a Roman Catholic.
Yeah, I can't think of the other brother that got pushed, but yeah, I see
Northern Tribe. Yeah, you seen that? I'm like, damn.
That's Northern Tribe. You can tell.
Yes, I'm like, so these bug outs, and they don't think, how you still trying to defend Christianity, man? That's how you know people bugged out. And see, they're getting angry. He got mad, brother, because he knows his doctrine is toe up. He know it ain't true. So only thing he can resort to is violence. You know, so you know, for us brothers in the truth, we gotta look out for that. People gonna be mad when they come out and they realize that you know, Babylon the Great done lied to them.
It happened to us before, a little while ago, man. The dude walked up to him with that stick and the rock in his hand like that. And knocked that canvas over.
Them brothers, I watched quite a few of them brothers. They always have. They're right down the beach in California and San Diego. I think they always have people coming up and like the brothers say that they think it's a lot of agents, like police and type, because they're right there in a real big popular spot and they're trying to run them off. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
I think ours was, yeah.
Right after the dude left,
The police sat down on the block. You know what I'm saying? For him to think he was the police like that, I think they put a little like, knock them brothers off, and it didn't work.
Give him a little sack or something. You know what I mean?
He sounded like the fight. He came aggressive, like He told us we got 10 minutes wrap up.
Hell no.
He said, I'm a worker of TPD. He said, I'm TPD. I got to wrap this up.
That's what
we
the
got
Pope,
complaints and stuff like that.
Pope will probably give him a little chunk, say, if you leave 10 minutes, we'll give you the rest of the bag.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
God, so that's to say, hey, it is going down, y'all Strada. Like, these people about to be upset because they were lied to, and they're dumb. Instead of them taking up with the people that lied to them, they're gonna go get whoever they can get. Like, you know, them dudes is ruining my day right now, talking about, you know, I ain't going back to normal. I'm about to go over there and get a piece of my mind. Yeah, it's the spirit they're gonna be in. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might get a Jake, like, man, come on, man, come here, man. He just la.
I got a couple Ezekiel chapter 33, and I'll start at verse 1. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon the land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast, and say for their watchmen, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. All right, as you know, being that stand as a watchman, that's what we're doing. You know, we're blowing the trumpet, warning the people. You know, where they gonna hear from bear? That's on them. Blood's off our hands. All right, most of these stubborn-ass people, it ain't meant for them anyway. So Lord, give them that spirit of slumber. You know, ears that they don't hear, eyes that they can't see. So, you know, but hey, we're doing our part. It says, verse 4, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. So, you know, hey, we're getting the blood off our hands at the end of the day. And that's what it is, you know.
Nah, we sending out warning to y'all Strada. And then, like, I'm looking at these, like, foolish people. You should see it yourself. You can see it in the atmosphere. You know, it's dominating the news waves right now. You got another country invading another country, man. A superpower invading the country. And see, why it's making big news now, everybody's used to Babylon the Great invading other countries. You know, when that happens, that's business as usual. But for another country to make a move like that, you know, they already running a propaganda campaign as if, you know, he doing something wrong and evil. I'm looking like, you invade countries all the time. What you talk about? You know, you just mad somebody else is doing. And they got as much firepower as you do. And what we're telling you, what we're trying to warn you is they're not going to stop with just that. They're just coming back. They're going to get stronger after that. You know, then the other superpower, they're going to do it too. You know, then once they do it together and they all big and powerful, they're going to look over to the West like, hey, it's time to check out that Harley. You know, did they put sanctions on you? They put sanctions on me. Hey, let's cook up and take them. And right now, they already talking in the military. They calling their soldiers the Nintendo generation, talking about their bones is fragile. They're already saying the infantry is weak, you know. Helicopters is crashing, jets is crashing on the little carriers. Like, Babylon looking bad right now. Babylon is in no shape to fight no war against superpower.
Hey,
you know,
and my pop confirmed it, man, because you know, that's why I did a lesson about that. We said, those veterans, you got veterans in your family, you talk to your veterans, man, because they'll confirm that we talking about the military, American military being weaker. My pop straight up told me, he said when he was in the military, they lowered the standard because of, you know, I guess they wasn't in war for a little small period of time. But he said while they was in training, he said they didn't learn combat, things like that. You know, combat, they didn't learn how to live off the lands and stuff like that. And this was back in the 70s. So imagine how it is now.
They weak.
Yeah.
Pentagon generals are saying they weak, calling the Nintendo generation. Yeah, they both.
These other nations got mighty men, and we over and well, not us. So shit, that's them. They got LGBT and women in their army, man.
Exactly.
Like how you gonna fight a superpower when your army is half full of fucking LGBT and women, pregnant women?
That's what here a while back. One of the brothers did upload a video. It showed like the Russian Marines training, and then it showed the China Marines training, and then it showed America. It was a woman, and she's talking about her two mamas. One was mama, and the other was mama, daddy. You know what I mean?
Oh
Man, see, and you know what was crazy? Because I actually seen a video that I confirmed that, like, the women in the military, they lowered the standard just for the women to join the military. Like for the exercise, they had to be able to perform like 20 pull-ups before they can actually get in the military. But they lower that standard to 8 pull-ups. And if they can't do the 8 pull-ups, all they gotta do is hang on the bar for 30 seconds. Like, come on, man. You want me to rely on that trust. You know what I'm saying? How weak you want me to rely on it? You want me to put my life in the hands of people like that?
Moab breaking wood on their backs and stepping on nails and breaking stones and getting slapped with bricks. And we over here can't even do a fuller.
That's the thing. You got women in the military. You know they get popped. That's gonna bring down the testosterone of the men.
Oh yeah,
popping them women out tired.
Yeah, that's a real thing. But most of the women in the military, they do be getting raped too, man. That's another thing.
If you don't have no, if you don't please your pleasure, you don't have no sex, no food, nothing. Hey, that'll bring out the real man in you. You know, I mean, you got.
That's what you're saying. The women don't get raped.
And I seen that I worked with a chick at the plantation. She's a National Guard. She's out. Let's say you can tell it's going. She out getting prepped right now. I don't know what they got going. She got sent off, and I'm looking at her. Man, I'm talking like what you just described. I'm looking at her like I wish they would send you to my door. I'll slap the gun out your hand. Yeah. Like she's one of the most sweetheart. You can tell she signed up just for the money. You know, she's not combat ready to do nothing. And then this was check out what she told me. As weak as she is, and fragile she is, she said, I don't know if she just, talking private. She's like, I'm stronger than some of the white dudes in the army. I'm in my squad. I'm like, what? So I'm like, I hope the National Guard come to my door talking about how you had your man. I'm run right through them, man.
I'm like, I could probably take down 3 of you by myself. If that's the case.
God, you can. God, I'm talking about this is like, man, this old sweetheart chick. She ain't gonna bust no gun. Real soft spoken. And she told me she only signed up for National Guard to get the benefits. She ain't trying to go to war. She was scared, Me and the elder talking to her, what I'm saying? She all scared. I'm like, boy, see, y'all ain't ready, man. And I'm looking at her like, yeah, I ain't got to worry about the National Guard. I got to give you intro to them. And everybody comes with technology, because them that's coming with a gun, I'll take them chances. Like, she ain't ready for nothing. She got to come with like 8 men. And I'm like, why would I want to go to war? And I got a squad with her on my squad. She's not going to provide no help, no nothing. She might get snatched and ravaged. You know what I'm saying? It might be a house full of dudes like, man, you know what I'm saying, man? Take her little gun. You know what I'm saying? So,
I got a quick one right here, man, because they all go in and kind of break everything down in a nutshell. Really, the point is in verse 27 to about 30, but I'm gonna start at verse 21. This is 25. This is Romans chapter 1 and verse 25. It says, "Who changes the truth of the Most High into a lie?" And we know who that is. That's Esau Edom, the wicked of this world. And it said, "And worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever." Amen. "For this cause the Most High gave them up unto foul affections, for even their women did change the natural youth into which is against nations." The natural youth, the women, sleeping around, monkey breast, what we call it nowadays. Okay, the women, having sex with other women, that's unnatural. Okay, and it says in verse 27, it said, "And likewise also the men, leaving the natural youth of the women, and burn in their lust one towards one another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves the recompense of their error, which was beat." Okay, you got some of them men that's in our military right now. Okay, and it says, "And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient." Okay, and it says, "Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, combative, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignators, whisperers, backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud, boastful, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, and without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them." Okay, and he said right here, he says you have pleasure in them that do them. That's why you have Shah is putting them in the military. Okay, so for when they start going to war, Shah gonna put the spirit on Russia and whoever they go to war, and he's gonna take them out. But he said that they're worthy of death.
They're gonna be going to war with Yahweh shop. I'm gonna bring out one that's gonna go in what you brought out, the pale horse. The pale horse bringing that death. There go another thing bringing that death. This is Revelation 6:4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. So when China and Russia get together, both their colors are red. They're gonna that red horse. And like when both of them click up together, that's a great sword right there. You know, that's more that's a bigger sword than Babylon the Great right there. Russia got a great sword, China got a great sword. When they come together, hey, that right there, that red horse right there is gonna put out a lot of death, you know, especially when they get ready to invade Babylon the Great. Because I'm just talking to the spirit right now. I think they're gonna come through the borders, man. The southern border, another border. Like a Babylon the Great gonna be invaded.
I think they're gonna come through both borders, from the east and the west. I think China's gonna come through the border of Cali. And Russia most likely will probably come from the border from like New York and Florida, those areas right there. Maybe gonna come right down the middle.
Put these Babylonians to death, man.
Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draws nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. When there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they should not regard their kings or princes, and the course of their actions to stand in their power.
All right, and that part where they said that they should not regard no kings or princes. They're talking about the police force we been talking about before we started camp. You know, these bug guys are shooting at the police now. Okay, you know, you got the protest, you got the trucker strike. You know, they protesting against the government. So that's right on time right there, man. You seeing it right now. All you got to do is look at the news, and you seeing that they're not regarding no kings or princes. That's the government, you know, the politicians and so on and so forth.
Continue on to verse 17. It said, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, but because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Ooh, lack of bread,
famines, and destruction to come. Great tribulation.
And that lack of bread is twofold. Man, that goes to the lack of money, and then that famine, and you know, which is the food shortage. Okay, so they not gonna regard. They gonna run in your house. You know that. Matter of fact, we just seen news reports in Cali, man, where people not even robbing for money no more. They follow people from the grocery store and stealing their groceries. So that's how you know, that's the prophecy right there, man. Those things are happening right now.
That's why I say, well, riches profit not in the day of wrath.
Yep. You know? Yep. See, your money ain't gonna matter. You know what I mean? A lot of people saying, you know what the Oculus bring up all the time. He's like, you need to, you know, worry about, you know, getting money and stuff like that. No, man, because this money is losing value by the day as well. So, you know, when the Oculus said that the riches profit not in the day of wrath, we're not gonna be trying to say, hey man, I give you $1 million. Spare my life. No, man, they trying to come and take this whole land.
Yeah, they want to go turn everything into that digital currency, you know, and implement that MOTV. But you gotta think, you know, even now, you know, the system we have now is basically, you know, all digital. If they shut down the grid, hey man, everything going down. There ain't gonna be no stores open. They ain't got electricity. And you ain't gonna be able to spend your little money you got. You know?
Speaking of that, when they're shutting down the grid, I was just talking to a coworker of mine who just got out of the military. He said he got deployed from the military in 2017. And we was talking about those EMP that Russell had. Yeah. And he was saying like, yeah, those. He was explaining those shit can do a lot of damage. And I said, yo, so Russell really got those EMP? He said, yeah, they got them.
Yeah, they gonna put chaos, man. They keep on going in the dark, man. And then when it happens,
and the water is on this power grid, so if people don't go, you know, they're gonna die from thirst because of that. The minute Russell shoots shit over here, people don't die from thirst, man.
They're gonna create the insurrection, gonna create that purge effect. Yep. You know, and then when that happens, Babylon the Great gonna come and talk about, you know, I got supplies, I got this for the convention center. And they're gonna try to, you know, put that thing off in. They're gonna come with that prerogative. That's gonna be the solution. People gonna be begging for it, you know, especially if you ain't built up and know what's going on. you're gonna think that's gonna save your life. You know? Because I think, man, it ain't just gonna be Russia. I think Babylon the Great gonna do it to their own self, like 9/11. They already mess with the grid now, talking about we got too many people using power. Like, man, get out of here. All these homeless people. I said, man, Esau lost so much, but they just gonna turn the lights off. Remember we had that polar vortex in Houston? Man, they just shut people's power off, man. Like, they're gonna create the scenario to put people in a bad position. And then you see we got all these swords in Babylon the Great, all these guns. Yeah. They're gonna let the people just yap each other up.
Yeah, I was just doing a lesson, man, like how a lot of people can't afford to buy food, but they damn sure can buy a gun. Because, you know, I did a lesson on this guy that was basically, he get $1,000 a month. I'm like, and he can't afford rent, because, you know, rent is like $1,600 a month, so on and so forth. But I'm like, with that $1,000, this man can buy an AR and some bullets for that shit. And so I'm like, yeah, we got enough money just to, you know, kill each other. That's basically what it is.
They want to. That's why they handing out crack pipes.
Yep.
You know, government handing out drugs, you know what I'm saying? So right now I'm gonna bring up this second address, 16 and 70. But that should be in every place and in the next cities, a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. But they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Man. So this thing is gonna be set up, man. They're gonna be looking going door to door. If you don't comply, you know, hey, they're gonna look to take your life away from you. You know? Because like Ox said earlier, Bashar, hey, Esau behind the clock, man. He gotta hurry up and establish his you know, his beast system. He gotta hurry up and do it. And he's falling behind, so they gotta come with Hail Marys, man. And what's gonna do that? War. They got this country by war. They're gonna lose their country by war. You know? That's how this thing is gonna happen. It's gonna go out of their hands. I think it's already out of their hands. They just trying to do damage control and do their best work to patch it up. But they got too much going on right now. You know, the last asset they got is the people. So they like, man, we got to go ahead and do them like this, do them like that, and then like, you know, we in our bunkers, hopefully come up and be victorious. Because this thing right here, hey, war is going all out now. Like I'm saying, I'm looking at these like 2/3 Jakes that are just totally oblivious, and honestly, they still oblivious, man. I'm at the plantation is listening to Jake talk like, wow, y'all. Like I said, I need to make a shirt say I see dead people. Hey, I do, man. These people is just finished, man. And it's always getting on my point. I see the Most High about to create a frame of the word because it's on my spirit not to tell these dummies nothing. Because I know they can't handle it. And I ain't about to be up in the HR office. You know, they all, you know, Tay said this, Tay said that, man. Because they can't, they scared, you know. You got gangsters scared right now. They putting their hope in Babylon the Great. Well, we got this, we got that. We America, and I'm looking like, dude, you so behind the times.
This is going back in the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, and jump down to verse 5. It says, "Ye are of the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness." It said, "Therefore let us not sleep as do others. Let us watch and be sober." Yeah,
I got a couple too. A couple from Proverbs. I think this one, chapter 12, verse 15. Says, "The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkens unto counsel is wise." And chapter 13, verse 20. "He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed." And hey, to the spirit, hey, I was outside. Hey, we led to this truth. We're hearkening to the wise. I saw with the apostle going down like my brothers, you know. And hey, we all at some point in time is off in the world, you know, in that congregation of the dead, you know, without that breath. And you know, we were companion of fools, all right. But hey, while you have us outside, we call to this light, all right. I mean, we have a chance, you know. But everybody else who ain't receiving this, who fan a hand, who scoff, who talk shit, you know, about the prophets on the highways and byways and their garments and all that. Hey, man, the people, hey, they're gonna be destroyed. You know, that's what it is.
Marking themselves for destruction. They don't have that for why.
Yeah.
That mark of exemption on it.
Oh.
Which is what you should be laboring for. If they was in the right mind, they right spirit, you should be laboring for salvation. You should be laboring, you know, for your place in the kingdom. But they not kingdom minded, man. Nor are they Like the Most High is not in all their thoughts at all.
So Romans chapter 8, verse 6, in the roughly paraphrase, the carnal mind is death. You know, the spiritual mind is life and peace. You know,
The spiritual mind is like everlasting.
we in that spiritual mind, the spiritual mindset. We understand this carnal thing. You know, once you gain this wisdom, you understand that, right? You have to shine control of our walk, you know. And at the end of the day, you know, hey, we're looking for what is to come hereafter, you know. No, I don't think so.
I'm gonna go ahead and bring this in right here. It's right on time. This second address, 16 and 17. Woe was me, woe was me. Who would deliver me in those days? You know, and see, that's a question we can answer. We know who's gonna deliver us in the days. That's your how about you was shot. Now, a 2/3 ain't gonna know that. They're gonna run around looking kooky, right? The military, you know, they take on all the covering, but the covering of your how about you was shot. And they're gonna be that question right there, they ain't gonna be able to answer. I'm gonna read the 18. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, and the beginning of evils. What should I do when these evils shall come? See, us built up in the truth know what we should do. You know, we know the calling names of Habashah was shot. You see how it said great death, you know, great mournings, you know, not little bit. It said great. You about to see mass death like never before on the face of the planet, man. It's gonna be like Noah in the flood when this thing hit off. You know, only the remnant and a couple heathens, you know, made to go into slavery gonna make it through this. Now I'm gonna keep reading on 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. And that's talking about 2/3 right there. With all this stuff popping off, they are not mindful of the scourges. And they, you know, they're not gonna turn from their wickedness. You know, like you said earlier, they still gonna be dotting it up, still selling, you know, being a harlot, you know, Pook and Ray Ray still gonna be on the block, you know, pushing a little, you know, what they selling now, fentanyl. They ain't selling crack no more. They don't win the fentanyl and meth. They're gonna be selling that, you know, still looking, you know, to get the bag. And because of that, man, they not looking for what's coming, man. And like they think because they got guns and noodles and water, they're gonna be safe. That ain't gonna save you, man. I don't care how good your weaponry is. Like
it's like they don't have this thought. Like you could be at the grocery store where no matter if you got all that food stocked up at a store somewhere, you can be at the grocery store and Russia and China can invade right then and there. You ain't gonna have time to get to that food that you stocked up.
I got one back that up to mom for the scourges. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 3 says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
good. I'm losing paraphrase there earlier. See that the prudent man, hey, when he hide himself, what does that mean when we hiding ourselves? That mean we ain't trying to hide behind no tree or nothing like that. Nah, man. We hiding ourselves in the pavilion of Yahweh Shah, which starts first and foremost in these scriptures. You know, it starts with a knowledge, man. You gotta have his testimony. You know, once you got his testimony, that puts the kingdom of heaven within you. Now you're profitable. Now I see what the Most High calls us a prophet. You know, because he's looking for something that's gonna, you know, be valued to him. That's why I said that's why we compare it to precious gold. You know what I'm saying? We have value. That gives you value right there in his eyes. Then he can establish the kingdom on you, because now you know the rules. You know what to do. Versus some, you know, some lost person that's filled with that Babylon juice. You can't do nothing with them. All the knowledge they got come from Esau. And all Esau's knowledge is foolishness to him. You know? So you're gonna look down like, man, you're not worthy of me. You know, and then it's gonna be so bad. He's gonna be like, hey, depart from me. I never knew you. I don't even know you no more. You're gonna look like, man, that's why I say the word. All Israel's not Israel. You know, you're gonna be so defiled, so decrepit. You know, the Most High gonna be like, man, I planted a noble vine. Who was this degenerate right here? You know, you're gonna be marked for destruction. So we giving you the keys on what you need to do to renew your mind and clean yourself up. That way you can get, like Akim said, have the opportunity to be saved, to get salvation.
Psalm 91 and 4 said, under his feathers, let me see. Yeah, because that's one of my favorite That's probably my favorite Psalm right there. Psalms 91:4. And it reads, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shall thou trust. And it goes right along with that precept the brother Deshaun brought out. He said, put him and hide himself. You gotta hide yourself in your hour by shooting our shots. Under his wings is the best place for you, man. Hey, he ain't gonna let nothing touch you after that. Going down in Psalm 21, he says he will burn thee up with thy hands, at least your feet, at least you dash your foot against the stone. So hey, that's comfort right there. You ain't even gonna dash your foot against the stone because the Lord got you buried up in his hands, man.
Fear right there. So Johnson can't be in the hour, put that same truth up on the top of the board. Got the there.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit right there. You know, getting it up, man. We'll bring this out because there's going another declare right here from you. How about y'all shot? This is Jeremiah 51:6. Flee out the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. So this is payback for what America done did to the people, you know, his people. You know, Yasser Allah. That's why this place is about to be destroyed, man. And if you ain't right, if you got the residue of Babylon on you, you're going to be destroyed with it. You know, that's why he said flee out the midst of Babylon. That means put off this philosophy, put off, you know, everything we've been taught here. You know, that's why I said, what's that, Romans 12:2, your mind got to be renewed.
Also say, rise to the part. This is not your rest, man.
Gone. You know, you gotta put on that that heavily, that clean garment, that white garment, the pure garment, which goes to your knowledge of your how about your shop. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He about to bring it like no other, man. He about to bring it. This first time he brought it with water. This time he bringing it with fire. It's so filthy and dirty. He gotta scorch it, man. Scorched earth is what's coming to this place. You know, and most specifically Babylon the Great, America. This place is gonna get scorched so bad it's gonna be desolate, man. We ain't gonna be living in this place no more. The most I hate this place, you know, and we hate this place as well. You know, it's wicked, it's horrible. And I'm gonna keep on reading on 7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. They made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. So they're going to what Al-Qadar brought out earlier. Everybody done brought on this philosophy, drunk on the stuff that Babylon done kicked out. And when they do it, they'll look back 10 years later like, hey, man, why we degenerate? Why we done destroyed ourselves? Because you drunk that juice, man. And then when they do it, then they get mad. That's why Russia mad. China's mad. They realize, like, us taking on the philosophy of America, you know, we done weaken ourselves, man. We ain't as strong as we used to be, man. Where does this come from? You know? So that's the Lord's vengeance been put on these other nations to destroy this place, man. Because everybody done drunk their juice.
I got one we got pulled up. Fire to Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Damn.
That's that nuclear fire, man.
Yeah, man.
That's the missiles that's prophesied to hit this place. It's gonna turn this place into a desert land for desert creatures and animals, man. And the Lord gotta cleanse this place with fire, man. All the blood that was shed from Esau, Edom shedding the blood of the southern kingdom and the northern tribe.
Like Numbers chapter 35 and 33, yeah. Hey, they done defiled this land with the blood of the children of Israel, you know? So, and how you cleanse the land? It's defiled by shedding their blood. All right? I got a couple of Isaiah 24, verse 5 says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, and broken the everlasting covenant. All right? And then 1 John chapter 2, I'll start verse 16.
Rapid fire.
Yeah. For all that is in the world, the lust of flesh, lust of eyes, the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away. All right? You know, going into the eye on this age, Esau's kingdom is about to pass away. All right? The rulership of the wicked about to be done for.
Ooh, and I got one come right with that. I'm gonna finish this. We're gonna come right at the right time. This Babylon, this Jeremiah 51:8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take palm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. Here go, hey, number 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Let us go everyone into his own country, for a judgment reaching unto heaven is lifted up even to the skies. So, hey, that right there show you, hey, ain't no remedy for this place. Ain't no healing this place, man. It's been already sanctioned. It's been already declared. This place is going to be destroyed. Most High does not want to heal this place, man. So all that, them just like, if we all come together, if we all, you know, we America and all that stuff, you're going to be, hey, burnt up like the ox said, man. Hey, radiation going to burn your eyes up and your tongue. You're going to get burned, scorched with hot fire, man. You're done with. Because, hey, the judgment is reached unto heaven. This place is so wicked. The wicked works have been fulfilled. You know, now it's judgment time. You know, and that's why he told us, flee from this place, man. We gotta take off that Babylon, you know, covering. You know, all the knowledge of this place. And all that knowledge is foolishness, man. When it all come down and said to it, like, if you ain't got this knowledge, you really ain't got nothing. Because this knowledge right here is the only thing gonna stand. Like, ain't nobody gonna give a damn about no trigonometry and math and finance. You know, when missiles coming down.
The wisdom, roughly paraphrase, the wisdom of this world is like foolishness to the Most High. And it's something like the foolishness of the Most High is greater than the wisdom of this world or something, you know?
Yeah, I know how to scheme this dude out a couple bucks. Or a chick know how to, you know, sell some sex. Like, everything, like, all the ways to, like, do anything in this place is gonna go to naught, man. I could paint a house, I could start a fire. It ain't gonna matter when war hit. When them ICB and them arrows is coming.
It seems like the more better off these people are financially, really the worse off they are because they don't know how to do nothing. They can't do nothing.
They far from this.
Yeah, they just got that money. They're able to hire someone to fix their shit for them. You know what I mean?
They ain't gonna seek the Lord. They go, I got so much money, I'm good. I'll just pay this and pay that. I got about 20 people on payroll with guns. I can fight everything. And I'm like, man, I'm saying this knowledge right here, like, man, I'm one, the head of Birmingham said it best, man. Like, if you ain't got this knowledge, if you don't know this, you really don't know shit. You know, that's vanity. Everything else is vanity. Without this, you really don't know nothing. Without this, you dead. God.
I got a quick one right here to back you up on that. This is because Yahweh Shai compared all of these philosophies, and he compared some trees as well too. So this is Matthew chapter 3. I'm gonna start at verse 8. And he said, "Bring forth therefore fruit, meet for repentance." Okay, so you got to turn back to the ways of Yahweh Shai. And it said, "And think not to say within yourself, we have Abraham to our father. For I say unto you that the Most High is able of these stones to raise up children unto Abraham. And now also the axe is laid unto the root of the trees. Therefore every tree which brings forth not good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire." Which to go back to what the argument brought out with those thermonuclear missiles. Okay, this America, aka Babylon the Great, is a bad tree, and they produce bad fruit. So Yahweh Shai even said that tree is gonna get hewn down and cast to the fire. Okay, which is America, aka Babylon the Great.
It is producing wickedness, devils, all kinds of abominations. That's why it's said to be destroyed. I got a couple here. Ezekiel chapter 35. I'm gonna start at verse 3 and say unto it, Mount Seir, say unto it, thus said Yahweh power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. All right, this is referring to, Esau, Edom, but mainly America. So I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, Yahweh, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of thy children, of the children of Israel, by force of the sword, in the time their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, said Yahweh power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. All right, say, and I will fill his mountains with his slain men, in thy hills, in thy valleys, and all thy rivers shall they shall they fall that are slain with the sword.
See what Esau Edom did. He touched the apple of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua's eye, man. Hey, that's a penalty for that, man. The apple of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua's eye is the Israelites, man. Yasharallah. And this time it's the elected Israel. In the law, it says, hey, man, if you're stealing from men and they found in your hand, now you're going to be put to death. Hey, when the Lord come back, he's going to find the children of Israel right here in Babylon the Great, when we're supposed to be over there in Israel. Hey, he's going to find us in Esau's hands, man. So the Lord going to bring destruction on this place. It's written, man.
Job chapter 21, verse 30 says, I'll start verse 29. Have ye not asked them that go by the way, and do ye not know their tokens, that the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction? They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. So hey, the Lord will keep all these people in pretty good condition all the way up until the time the missiles hit and destroy them and this land that they are proudly so-called Americans. You know?
Hey, well put. Well put.
Hey, what's that one dude? He got like 6, 7 heart transplants, probably like 100-something years old.
Rockefeller.
That's that scripture right there. You know, keep him in pretty good health just so he can see this destruction, so he can pull him out of the guts of the rock.
They got that one devil in the iron lungs.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Hey, somebody with a pig heart, man.
I seen that, man. He looked like a pig too, man.
Hey,
He might look wicked. I'm like, he should have been gone, man. Like I said, but if I could preserve him, so he can get burnt up. I did preserve him so he can get scored.
Either burnt up or get collected up and put in chains, man. Put that yoke iron on them.
Jack iron in his neck. They get beat on.
I know the brother. I think one of the brothers was talking about,
I think that's worse than fire to them.
The Lord gonna give us the spiritual power. Lord will we for that elect gonna get that spiritual power. Hey, they gonna be able to bring slap on these devils around too much, kill them. You gonna bring that motherfucker. Hey, get your ass up.
Raise it back up.
Get up.
Hey, and Esau flexed that in that movie Matrix Resurrection. When old girl got the power of Trinity and Neo got the power at the end. When she talked to dude, they called the analyzer, the analyst. She kept killing them, and then she killed them, she bring them back up, and she kept doing it more and more groups. So he was like, oh, look, that's it. I'm sorry, do what you want to do. She like, we didn't ask for your permission. And she knocked him off again, like, and she kept snapping her fingers and bringing them back up. And she had slit his throat, knocked his jaw off. Hey, I gotta watch that. If you ain't seen it, y'all start. Have you seen it? Yeah, remember that at the end? She's like, hey, we didn't ask for your permission. And that's how the hopeful that gonna be, man. So Esau showed it in that movie, his future. Esau know. And I'm gonna bring up precept, because this is why the Most High is doing this. Like, with the August brought out them precepts. This is Sirach 10 and 15. The Lord have plucked up the roots of the proud nations and planted the lowly in their place. This place is getting destroyed so he can set up Yahshua to rule. He don't want Esau to rule. Esau a fool. Esau don't know how to run nothing good or beneficial. Because all he know how to do is be wicked. So the Most High is destroying this place so the righteous can rule out. And this is 16. The Lord overthrew countries of the heathen and destroyed them to the foundation of the earth. He took some of them away and destroyed them and have made the memorial to cease from the earth. So you ain't gonna have no statues of Esau, Moab, Ishmael, Ham, none of their little dogos, their little statues, Elam, none of that is gonna stand, man. All they're gonna get knocked off, man. Everything they whole hair is gonna be cut off. All they're gonna know is servitude. And then we gonna be set up in rulership. Israel gonna reign out, the law gonna go out. All they gonna know is, yes, my Lord, yes, a master. I picked all the greens, master. Master, they ain't over there working. You want me to beat them? That's all they gonna know. And Yahshua gonna rule out, man. That's the climactic conclusion to the matter. He want his people to rule.
That's the patience and the faith of the saints.
Revelation 13 and 10 right there, man. We patiently waiting on this place to be destroyed. There's nothing why the 2/3 and these heathens hate us. Because we waiting on their destruction. They know that. They looking like, why you ain't fighting for us and fight for this country? I remember they had an Ishmael chick on the news channel, and dude trying to get her like, man, what we gonna do about the mother country? She was like, y'all the ones that's the terrorists, you know what I'm saying? The little Edomite chick was like,
I seen that.
You're American though. How could you believe like that? So we don't have the spirit of, we all one people and we fight for America now, man. Like I said, we patiently waiting on this place to be destroyed, man. We waiting for y'all shadow.
Man, we prisoners of war, man. This ain't our house.
God.
Just like that Moab, that one TikTok on the Moab, when they were like, they told him, they told this little Moab dude to go back to his own country.
Oh, yeah.
He said, I'm born it. San Jose. You know what I mean?
I'll pay these damn taxes. Who gonna pay them taxes?
Yeah,
God, man.
That's the audacity of these fucking devils, though. They act like they own this motherfucking land, and they come on here and stole it, And if you ain't so-called white, then they try to say, hey, go back to your own country, which them motherfuckers come over here and stole land.
Go back to Europe.
Go back to bloody fucking England.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. The cotton mouth. Hey, really? Go back to Mount Seir.
Yeah.
Take your ass back to your where you came from.
That's why Lord he said, he set the basis of men up to rule them, because these motherfuckers are the basis, the lowest. I ain't growing up, I was around all these fucking so-called white people, Edomites. So I was like, man, these motherfuckers are stupid as hell. I had to dumb down to fit in, I was like, something wrong here,
God,
man.
You can see it, man. I see the plantation, man. You ain't lying. These motherfuckers dumb. They say they wouldn't even be bathing if it wasn't for the Moors. The Israelites with the Islam, they wouldn't know how to wash their ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They be eat, but they still eat raw meat. They wouldn't know how to do nothing. They be crawling around like little dogs and shit. Tell them, stand up, man. You're supposed to be a human. Stand up. Put this soap on. Well, like you took a bath. You know what I'm saying? What you get for that? As soon as they turned their back, they killed them.
And it's crazy.
I invented soap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, cause they want to push it to the world like that. They civilized the world.
Yeah.
So-called colonization.
Ain't upside down.
Well, you the caveman. You had like Max say, they had the raccoon dog for Oompa Boompa. You know what I'm saying? Basis of man. That's why everybody got to be destroyed. You have the basis of man proud with they little monkey suit on, thinking they run something, man.
It's just like when Proverbs chapter 29 verse 2, the wicked on authority, the people mourn.
They mourn. They mourn.
And the people, the earth, the animals, these devils are completely wiped out. Fucking, so how many animals have become extinct, over the last 1,000 years? Just for example, you had millions and millions of koalas over in Australia, and when them Europeans started coming over there to Australia, it was like half the continent was having trees and had koalas, and they done destroyed, cut down the forest, killed them all out to the point there's only I think they said less than 50,000. How you go from fucking, and that was only over 70 years, since the 50s, 40s or 50s, somewhere around that time. They wiped out the whole goddamn population.
Hey, but that's true though, because there's a lot of animals on the endangered species list. They about to lose the bald eagles.
Look at the buffalo.
And they did that just
to attack that right there, man. The natives, they was surviving off of what one buffalo, one or two buffalo, and they just let them on. That was it. And then Esau, they came and on them trains, you start, you see it in the old movie, they on the train shooting buffalo just to start out the Native Americans.
Buffalo Bill was sitting on a mountain of buffalo skulls, man. Boy, I killed like 100,000 buffalo. I said, we should see buffalo running around here.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? This the plan. There's a lot of animals in the endangered species list, man, because of these devils, man. I mean, a lot.
That's the thing, all Esau has basically done is took out the natural way. All right, that's why the scriptures say, remember the ways of the old past? But through these devils' rulership, they took out the natural way of how you're supposed to survive on this earth.
The oceans got all kind of algae and everywhere because they took all the fucking crawfish and the catfish out.
Yeah, because they the one supposed to clean the earth right
there. They do everything else through.
Yeah. The pigs, like you slaughtering all the pigs, they supposed to clean up the land.
And then you got fucking landfills full of shit, And that's the thing. But it basically they made the the majority of the people throughout the earth that are dependent upon these systems to get their food, their water, electric, and all that shit. And
we lost the way of how to live off the land.
And the devil is very, very slick with it, because when it come time to push that thing, hey, you're gonna have to, have that faith. Hey, I don't need no food, I don't need no electric, no water. And if I do, the Lord gonna provide it. Yeah.
Like you say all the time, that's why you got war right now, because the Most High got to destroy this place, because like you said earlier, they destroying the earth. He said, I'll destroy those that destroy the earth, man. And that's Esau, man. And like you put the scripture earlier, if he don't take out Esau, Esau gonna destroy everything. All flesh should be destroyed. If we continue for another 20 years, everything is going to be dead, man, because these people represent death. They don't know how to do nothing beneficial. I'm up here at the plantation. Wow, they can't do nothing beneficial. Only thing Esau good at is create death and chaos.
Yeah, and they lying about it.
Yeah, God.
I remember we was talking about, the air, this, the ozone, that, and then they fly in their big ass jets, like the president fucking jet. They say that thing uses like 20 times, it put out 20 times as much emissions as a regular fucking 757, whatever. It's like, hey, dude, they're straight up hypocrites, man.
And they got that thing called, I noticed that cognitive dissonance. Esau got that built in. Like, Esau do something and lie, and you'll see the truth, and they'll say, even though the truth is in their face, they be like, we didn't do that. And like with a straight face, really believe that. They believe they lies. I'll be like, this devil like, God.
That way they come out of the womb speaking lies.
Yeah, that way your outside say, you are your devil. You are your father the devil. He was a lie. He was not the truth.
They lie like breathing. Like the apostle say, you want to know how Esau lied, his lips is moved. And they do. They lie every day. I witness the Edomite lie every day if I'm at the plantation. They lie every day. Hey, remember we was at Oil State? Remember that one dude had that one boss, James Lucas? Yeah. Hey, he lied every single day. I think he was proud in his lie too. He used to smile. He used to see, like, he'll lie and see who will believe. And I'd be like, this dude is
my sister's husband, this dude, I met some that lie like this dude, like, you got to question every damn thing that dude say. like he still, one time, like, my cousin done told me what happened. A fight took place, and he told me, the other dude got a fight. Well, after the fact, this dude come and try to tell me, it was him that beat the guy up, and I was like, man, I was a little drunk. I got mad. I said, motherfucker, you lied.
I already know the truth.
Yeah.
Esau lying like Eve do. Like you can see Esau stealing your stuff, out the trunk. You like, hey man, you stealing my stuff. Esau look at you with a clean face, like, I ain't stealing your stuff. Like, dude, I just see you.
I was just organizing it, man.
Like, come on, man. This devil's something else. So hey, war is coming to cleanse this devil. That's what we're trying to say, Yashua. Like, and if you don't want that smoke, Yahweh Yahweh Shah, because you can't stand this devil, hey, you better get under the pavilion of Yahweh Yahweh Shah. 10 times harder.
That's what I'm saying. Brother Pepper, that the Lord comes to his people tonight.
He is.
Hey, when it comes, it's gonna come.
He is, because they sleep. I see why I say thief in the night, because they in the dark and they sleep. It's nighttime. Like we say, when we're sitting to go night, 2/3 is in the dark. They night, man. And they not paying attention. They ain't looking at what's going on. You can't tell them. You do tell them, they're gonna get angry and upset. It's like they're in the metaverse. Out in the real world, they're in that strong delusion. And if you say anything to disrupt that, they get angry at you. You trying to tell them to save them. That's why, like Elder Malcolm would say, the 2/3, they're a special type of stupid. Because they got the opportunity to be saved and they don't want to be saved.
It's like that one thing I see over the Jacobs up there with the toothpaste. Y'all see that?
I see, man, that's horrible, man.
The simplicity of these people, man. You got even back there saying, that's right, this is that. They dudes up there talking some dumb shit talking about toothpaste.
That's horrible. Everybody should have left that church, man. I'm like, that motherfucker squirt toothpaste out. Talk about this, the Lord.
He said, once you spit the words out, they don't come back and refer to the toothpaste coming out. Don't do some stupid shit.
It was horrible.
You have people in there. You have people in there fucking, eating that shit up, man.
Laughing, saying, "Amen."
Yeah. That's all is right. Amen. Jesus' name. I was like, oh man. I said, everybody in this place like church house about to get some death, man. They don't come out. You got to get dead. You deserve it too. Like I said, because they dumb.
That's the thing, we say here, the prophets, bringing out the truth of the Bible, saying, hey, death and destruction. All right, and they don't want to hear that, but you can talk some dumb shit that had nothing to do with anything, and you get together and people are hooting and hollering,
Who told that is Brother No Life, the whole systematic shit, man. That dude, hey, he spit the craziest stuff I've seen in my life. They got there eating it up, man. Like, get telling somebody some truth, they want to try to come fight you. God. That's the truth.
Speak of the smooth things, far side the seas. That
How I became your enemy because I told you the truth.
God, that's the scripture, man. But see, we like this though. And the elder, the brother brought this out. Zach Ban Yahweh, Shalom, Mark. This is Sirach 27:9. The birds resort unto their light, so with truth return to them, they're practicing her. So we right now, you need to be practicing this truth. You need to be listening to this truth. When the brothers bring it out, you should be listening up. You need to be reading your scriptures. Like, if it ain't about the truth, it ain't about nothing, man. Because it ain't going to profit you nothing. Only thing that's going to save you right now is this truth. The truth of Yahweh Shah. He said, I come in the volume of the book. So if you're not in this, man, hey, we in wartime. Like, people all up here walking around like, and they flip-flops. Like, it's barbecue time. We in wartime.
So many people walk down, hold hands.
Yeah, walking hand, they in spirit of mirth, man. The place is done.
We on their electric scooters and shit.
Yeah. They instead of walking through, because they're a big ass sidewalk, you see them, they walk behind.
Yeah, walk behind the camera, yeah.
Got 1 foot of sidewalk out there. They rather go that way.
That ain't saving you. You still heard the word while you walking by.
Hey, the wicked flip.
Yeah.
They don't want to come past the truth.
Yeah.
Take a long way around.
Yeah. I got a couple real quick. First Corinthians chapter, I'm gonna start here in chapter 1, verse 18. It said, for the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but to us which are saved is the power of the Most High. All right, and then chapter 2, chapter 3, and I'm gonna start at verse 18. All right, it says, let no man deceive himself. All right, if any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness for the Most High, for it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. And again, as I say, hey, this is the foolishness of preaching. Hey, we all become fool, in the side of the world because, hey, we on the highways, byways, bringing out the truth of the Bible, warning the sheep. All right, and since I say the wisdom of the world, hey, that's the truth. That's the true foolishness. All right,
That ain't gonna profit.
I got a quick one right here, man. It's ain't gonna go into what you just brought out right here, but this is Revelation chapter 13, Revelation 17 and verse 13. And it says, these have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. It's talking about these wicked people in this world right here. They're gonna give their strength and power to the beast. They're gonna try to say that America's gonna get back great again and so on and so forth. And it said in verse 14, and it said, these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, that's Babylon the Great, are people in multitude and nations and tongues. And he said, in the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
Woo! That shows right there, Yahweh Shah. Hey, he about to bring the smoke. He about to burn this whore, man. First, he gonna make, the other nations hate the whore. They're gonna attack her. Everybody gonna shoot off their arrows, going to ICBM missiles. And Yahweh Shah gonna make it all hit this whore, man. That's why I said, spare no arrow, shoot at her. They should not miss. So that's what we seeing right now, man. Right now, the beast, these other nations are hating the whore. They're already gathering up to attack her. And then Yahweh Shah gonna come clean up everybody. And he's gonna set us up in they steed, man. And Yahshua gonna rule, man. Joint heirs with our Lord Savior, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah.
Lord being yours elect.
Lord willing. That's what you should be doing. Put on like the elect. You should be seeking to be like the elect. With everything, the liberty you got now, that's what you should be doing. You know, everything else ain't gonna profit you nothing. You know, it's gonna come to naught. It's gonna burn up. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakabai.
Wam Yasharala, Wa Babu
Detail Baba soon. Shalom to all the Akim Aqua